Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I know we are live now. We are live, we are live, we are live. I hope you guys have been having a good day. I'm coming back from work and what have you. I hope it's been a wonderful day. And I hope everything is going well for you. I'm trying to work out to make sure this mic is working so that I won't have gone through a lot of time only to find out that the mic didn't work. Yeah, it's a beautiful day out there. The sun is shining. The forecast didn't happen. I thought they said it's going to be like about 30 something degrees in Dallas yesterday, but it warmed up. I've lived in Dallas for a while, close to 18 years now. No, for 18 years. And one thing that I know in Dallas is this: Dallas weather is unpredictable. If it's fall, you don't know what you're talking about. If it's winter, give and take. But the thing about Dallas weather is that, as unpredictable it is, I will always tell you every day, anytime, take a jacket with you. Because it can warm up that fast and it can also get cold that fast. Dallas or Texas weather is bipolar, especially North Texas. It's bipolar. It can just change on you like that. You can never tell what it's going to be like. But all I gotta say is be prepared. Because one thing about weather, especially in North Texas, is this: you wake up in the morning, it's cold, and then you think it's gonna be that cold all day. You dressed up for it, and then by 11 o'clock it starts warming up. It can go anywhere from 40 degrees to as high as 70, 75, close to 80, and then you start burning up. Now you have to take off some layers out of your clothes that you don't need at that moment. But then 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, you can shoot down as low as 20 degrees, and now you're getting cold. And sometimes you might go asleep at night thinking that the weather out there is just nothing, that is warm. And then you go to sleep with nothing on, only to wake up in the middle of the night, you're freezing. And then the next day, you're down with pneumonia or cold or one form of a cold sickness. You end up in the hospital. Sometimes some people don't make it. Some people, a lot of people do. That's the good news. But it gets the elderly, like the elderly people, it messes them up really bad. That is why when people come to Texas to visit me, I always tell them, when you go to sleep, put something on. Don't think it's hard that you should be fine. No. You're going to wake up in the morning coughing, seriously coughing. Yeah. So it's unpredictable. So is relationship. Relationship is unpredictable. Business as well is unpredictable. There are things in life that we encounter that are unpredictable. Just like Texas weather, life is unpredictable. But you have to be prepared. That's why I tell people, when you leave the house, take a blanket. Taking a blanket means that you're being prepared for the eventuality. You go out there, the sun is bright, the sun is out and it's bright, and you look at the weather, it's looking good. But what you don't see is the sudden drop in temperature. That will happen as you come through the day. That as you go through the day, you see weather just drop like that all of a sudden, and you get sick. So that's why like I said, as a human being, you have to be prepared. When you meet friends or come across people that are starting business for the first time, and you want to get into business with them, you have to be prepared. When you come across folks that already established in business, but they're giving you ideas of how to start your own business, you have to be prepared for the eventuality. When you see a woman that you like and you want to go into a relationship with this woman, you have to be prepared. When you know that there are things in life that you would really want to start, you want to start a family with this woman, you have to be prepared. So, preparation is the prerequisite that you need to move to the next level in life, to embark in any project, to start life, to start marriage, to start business. You have to have the preparation for it. You must have known what you're going into, strategize what you're going into, have a blueprint of what you're going into, do a test run of what you're going into, get into some form of relationship with this individual. Be them as opposite sex. If you're a man going into a relationship with a woman, you have to have knowledge of these people. You have to have an idea of who you're getting into. If you're a woman getting into a marriage with a man, you have to know the man. You have to get into one form of relationship with this individual. Or you have to investigate this individual's family. Be the man or a woman. Either you're a man going for a woman going for a man. You have to know these people. How do you know about them? You don't go venting that individual yourself. You have to meet somebody that is a higher up than you. Probably your dad. Best case scenario, your dad. If you're a man, you meet your dad. If you're a woman, you still meet your dad. Your dad will then set in motion the venting process to know which family am I going to get into according to my title. Is a marriage a business transaction? So your dad has to set up, find out that, okay, I'm going into a marriage transaction with this family, with this man. I'm giving this man to my daughter, or I'm accepting this man's daughter into my family. Who are these people? The question becomes, who are these people? Just like you take your time to investigate the business that you're going to embark, to know the nature of the business, to understand the intricacy of going into this business, that's some way you have to investigate and understand the family you are forming this transaction with. So marriage is a business transaction, a purely business transaction. Just like you embark into the process of understanding the family you're going to be getting into a marital relationship, which is business relationship, you have to learn them. You have to know their history. You have to know their ways. You have to know where they're coming from. You have to know their relationship between them and God. If you don't believe in God, at least you have to understand the nature of the way that this family operates. Because relationship between a man and a woman doesn't end by a man taking a woman into relationship and sidelining her family. You have to understand that this lady or this man is coming with chromosomes. So his chromosomes was also donated by two other people from different families. The same way it goes down generations to generations. So when they bring these chromosomes to make a baby or make children, they actually bring in the blessings and curses that go with their family. So you have to understand which family is she from? What is she bringing? So when somebody, and also the same goes for him, which family is he from? What is he bringing? Are they bringing disease, which means, I don't mean disease, I mean sickness. What kind of sickness are they bringing? Do they have a family history of sickness? They have a family history of criminality. Have they stolen before? Do they have a waywardness? Those are things you investigate in your future in-laws family, because you are going to produce children. So what sort of children will this person produce with me? Remember, if you go into any factory that opens up, the factory has production unit. In that production unit, what they don't want to do is to use a defective material to produce goods. Because once you use a defective material to produce goods, you produce defective goods. The same goes with human. So sometimes we as modern people, some of us, like I'm not modern, I'm very, very traditional. I'm traditional to the core. So sometimes we as modern people, or we as traditional people in the modern earth, or in the modern sphere of life today, we want to cut traffic. We want to bypass a lot of things. We want to do things the way we want it, because to us, basically, this is 2022. But I got a bad news for you. 2022 is not different like 10,000 BC. It's not different. The human biological process and nature has never changed. It remained the same. It remained the same to the very core. Meaning that when you use a defective goods, a defective material to produce a defective goods, you definitely have to have a defective goods. A defective good. So if you take a defective or altered, or let me put it this way, a compromised crop, and sow it into the ground during the sowing season, come during the harvest season, that crop will produce a defective produce. 100%. There is no bypass about it. It's the same thing. When you produce a child with a defective man, you will produce defective kids. When you produce a child with a defective woman, you will produce defective kids. So, is business and marriage in coloration? Yes, they are. Is business and marriage transactional? Yes, they are. You see, in certain families that understand the history of life and relationship, they do their due diligence. They might have a shortcoming later in the future because of the process they undergo, or the process to get from one point to another. They might end up having kids that are either spoiled by the provision that they laid to those kids, which means the kids asked for everything and everything was given to them. That becomes an individual choice. It becomes a parental choice to spoil their kids. Yes, these kids are damaged as well. The damage is not done by where they're coming from, by family blood or whatever. It's not coming from there. But the damage is done because one of the parents was manipulated by the kids. So the kids, when they get hold of their parents and go for the weaker parent, they then be able to introduce something that has never been in their lineage. So how is this mitigated? It can be mitigated because when you marry somebody from a prominent, not financially prominent family, but prominent in the sense that they are well brought up, well guided, and the kids didn't rebel about the upgrade bringing that they got from their parents. they normally will produce better kids because they believe that the upbringing that they got from their parents was the best. So they want their kids to grow up like that as long as rebellion didn't take place. But you can then investigate a person from a good family and find out that this girl that you're about to marry came from a good family or is coming from a good family. Yes, her family qualifies for her to be a better material, suitable for what you need. That is the first process. You have to investigate the family the girl is coming from to understand the blood she's bringing to you. The bloodline she's bringing to mix with up your bloodline. Because bad wine and good wine do not produce good wine. No. They produce mixture of bad wine. Because the bad wine will corrupt the good. The good don't easily turn the bad into good. It's difficult. But bad corrupts good easily. So, now the process of understanding the girl's family has been settled. You've established that, okay, this girl's family is coming from the right sphere of life. Then what's next? You have to also investigate the girl herself. Find out if she has rebelled against the family unit. Because some people, I've seen cases where a family is very, very good, but then they raise a daughter that is very rebellious. So what the family do, or what the family will do or does, will become they will form a process whereby they will cover up her dirt. They will package her because they want her out of the house. They know this girl is a bad kid. They know this girl is a bad kid. She's the bad deal. So what the family will do in the process is this. They will package her. They will send her out somewhere. And then they will bring her back certain time. So she is occasionally seen by men around. And then they would then be interested in this girl, this damsel. But unknown to them, the parents have packaged her to become a marriage material, knowing fully well that the outer surface is beautiful, but the package inside is corrupt. Then the man will come. The family is investigated. But because nobody within the neighborhood knows the history of this girl, independent of the family. During the vetting process, she will receive a high vet, a high vetting approval. But then when she is married, a year or 2 years into the relationship, her true self will manifest, especially after a childbearing. Her true self will manifest. And then it goes downhill from there. But that is why I will encourage that a man gets to date a woman for a certain period of time, within 6 months to 1 year, is enough for you to provoke her to find out if she is somebody that can be calmed. Which means, yes, you pissed her off. She's provoked, but what is her temperament? Does she have temperament? Does she have temperament, or does she lack temperament? So stretching somebody, putting people under stress, just like when a car is being manufactured, certain branch of that car undergoes what we call stress and strain test. Certain parts of that car undergoes stress and strain test. Certain part of that car undergoes what they call hardness test. The hardness test tells you the exact material that is being used to produce the frame of this, the component. But then, stress and strain is the process that is used to tell if this car will endure certain pressure under stress. And then you use it also to understand what stress will this material undergo before the material breaks. So it's part of the whole process. So you have to put her under test. And the test that you put her under is to understand her temperament, to understand what stress can she undergo before she breaks, and then understand if she breaks quick or she endures the stress. So the more the material can endure the stress, the better off it can be used for application, which means the better off she can become a wife material. Is business and marriage related? Yes, they are related. Is process of production and marriage related? Yes, they are related. Every of these things every human process in life must undergo stress and strain relationship, stress and stress test. In material, you understand your endurance. In human relationship, you understand their temperament. So that is why I always say, you have to put someone to test. Will a man undergo test by a woman's family? Of course. Men do come with a lot of baggage in a relationship. Some are criminals, some are drug dealers, some are rapists, some are domestic violent abusers, some lack temperament. A man's family tree has to be investigated, just like a woman's family tree. A woman can be a prostitute. She can be a swindler. She can come in different forms. She can be a thief. She can be a scammer. She can be an abuser, just like a man. She can also be a rapist, just like a man. The same traits that go with men today go with women today. So all these things should be put to investigation. You should have to put them through microscopic lens to find out, who am I going into relationship with? Good wine is corrupted by bad wine. That's 100% correct. Good wine is corrupted by bad wine. So you look at today's life, you say, oh, we have a lot of bad wines today. We have a lot of good wine. We have few good wines. Yes, you might be right on that, you might be wrong. So how do we face things out? That's for another different day. But today, what this broadcast is concentrating on is vetting process that should always take place before a marriage is commenced. A man and a woman should take marriage serious as relationship that will blossom, as for a relationship that will blossom into the future. The relationship you have with your husband or wife will determine the longevity of a business that you're embarking on, or a business you're setting up, or a business you already have. Because when a man goes out there to marry a woman, a man marries for legacy. A woman marries to protect her seed. It's in the nature of a woman, just like in the animal kingdom. The nature of a lioness is to protect her cub. The nature of a lion is to make sure that only his cubs are present during his course of marriage with this individual. So, the reason why a lion always makes sure that every cub alive is his cub is because his legacy can then continue. A lion doesn't inhabit another lion's cub. A lioness that has another lion's cub protects that cub from the current lion because she knows what will happen. So, it's in the nature of a woman to protect her seed. So when a woman goes into a relationship with a man, she should make sure that the individual that is going to have a case is an individual that will give her the best seed that she has to protect, not damaged seeds. When a lion is having kiss from a lioness, he wants to make sure that his legacy will continue. That his legacy will continue. That is the process in human kingdom. So the same process in animals kingdom is the same process in human kingdom because they are binary. So that's why I said marriage is a business transaction. Marriage is not love and feelings, it's duty. Because love and feelings makes you to marry a criminal, makes you to marry a rapist, makes you to marry an individual that will not provide and that will not protect the family. Makes you to marry somebody that has so many enemies. And when you marry a man with so many enemies, guess what happens? Your seed as a woman is not protected. Your seed is in danger. In the presence of calamity. That is why I ask that question. Is marriage a business transaction? Yes, it is. Marriage is a business transaction. Don't be naive that you can start a family with somebody out of love and think you can produce the best kids out of love. That's how we have daughters that have become prostitutes. Because the father or the mother brought bad blood into the proclamation time. And what happened? A bad seed was produced. A criminal also is produced in the same process. A male criminal is produced. A female criminal is produced in the same process. So, yes, business and marriage have the same coloration. They are all transactional. They are all transactional. We should not be lost in that fact. Yes, we as individuals will have opinion. But opinion is not fact. We have feelings. Feelings is not duty. When you marry somebody, you have a duty to, not a feelings to. Because feelings burn out. When you have feelings for somebody, it burns out. When the feeling is gone, it's gone. The person wants something else, something fresh, something exciting. They live for another person. Then when they get with that other person, guess what happened? They have feelings for, excitement for. And when that burns out, they move to the next person. By the time that individual turns 35, 40, their life is messed up. And then she turns around and says, man ain't shit. Yes. The men she attracts are not the things that she's supposed to have. But they were the things she desired, because remember, it was feelings, not duty. When you have a duty to, you investigate something, you make sure that what you have a duty to is the best that you should get. So when people have duty to produce business, yes, they have the duty to produce that business. Guess what they do? They investigate about the business that they're going to embark on. They want to know, is this the best business that I can embark on? Is this the best partnership that I do for me? These individuals that I'm going to get into partnership with, do they have experience? Do they have a wherewithal? Do they have a financial backing? Do they understand this business we're going to? How many of us are going to be present in this business? How many of us will run this business? Who is going to be the decision maker in this business? Would you have two people making decisions at the same time? It's a problem. Will you have one person making decision but having discussion with the rest of the group and make sure that when consensus is reached, he's the one that comes out and then tell the employees, this is the decision that has been made by the directors and this is how it's going to be carried out. Yes, that also goes for marriage. When two people embark on marriage, one person is the head of household, the other person is the vice president. So when they both discuss on the issues concerning the marriage, then the husband decides and said, okay, based on what we then come up with the final decision, allowing the woman to know that based on the input that you've given to and what we've discussed, okay, this is what we're going to do. And then he gives it to her to carry out, to execute what he has discussed and finalized with her. That is transaction. That is transaction. Marriage is a transaction. But as a man, before you go into marriage, you have to have the blueprint, because you're going out there to get a wife to marry. When you get your wife, you sit down. You discuss your blueprint with her. You tell her, this is what I want my family to be run. This is what I have for the family. So this is how the family will go about the business. This is how things are going to be done in this house. And you lay your whole blueprint with her, and she understands your program. She will understand your program. And after she has understood your program, now she can then say, okay, this is my input. Let her have her input before the marriage takes place. Because what happens is this: when she comes into the marriage and then start bringing her input into your blueprint, now you have conflict. But let those conflicts be resolved before the marriage takes place, because what happens is this: when you guys don't have an agreement before the marriage, it helps to stop the marriage before it commences. Set your feelings aside. This is the mistake that most men make before they get into marriage. They said, oh, I don't want to hurt her. I don't want to do this. You are setting a recipe for disaster. Eventually, you will lose her. You're either going to lose her a few months into the marriage or a few years into the marriage, but you will lose her. So that is why it's good to discuss those programs, discuss what you have in mind, discuss your blueprint, and find out if she's going to be on board for the blueprint before you embarking into the serious aspect, which means spending those money for the wedding, and then doing the wedding, and then continue with your marriage process. Because marriage is an everyday job. That is why it's a duty to. Marriage is a duty to. It's not how you feel. It's not about your feelings. It's not about what you want, what you don't want. No, marriage is a duty to. A man has legacy to protect. He wants to make sure his lineage continues, not altered. A woman has seed to protect, irrespective of how the seed comes or came into her. She has seed to protect. We have to know this. She has seed to protect. A woman's part of the bargain in every relationship is to produce a seed and protect it. That's a woman's bargain in a relationship. A man's bargain in a relationship is to continue his legacy. Is to make sure his legacy continues. That the bloodline continues. That's a man's legacy. So yes, business is a transaction. Business is a transaction. There is no cut around. You can't cut it. You can't set it aside. Just like we take going to work, obtaining degree as a serious deal. Because why do we go to school? We go to school because we want to obtain knowledge. When we obtain knowledge, what do we gain from that? The bottom line for obtaining knowledge is to be able to get employment. Get employment and to be able to get paid. And get paid in order to provide for your family. So when you do all these things, the most serious aspect of everything that you do in life, from the day you were born to the day you get married, is for marriage. It's for your children. It's for your family. All those process is for one thing, to continue a legacy. For a woman to protect her seeds, for a man to continue a legacy. So if your bottom line is to continue a legacy, after the other bottom line has been met, which is the pre-bottom line has been met, which is getting paid. But the bottom line is to procreate and provide security and shelter to your procreation. That means you have to take that more serious than anything else. Than anything else. You have to take marriage more serious than anything else. That is why marriage is a business, is a big deal. I have I have people that will be coming up, not today, because I'm putting out this video out here so that you as viewers can view it, and the individuals that will be coming up later on as a broadcast, for that eventually for the next broadcast, I'm hoping for the next broadcast, so the arrangement must have been made, and then there must have been conclusion of these individuals coming up to the broadcast. You'll be seeing them, we'll be having discussion. So this video right here is for a case study of what is going to happen moving forward, what the broadcast will mirror going forward. It's for you guys to have an understanding of what is going to be discussed going forward. So by watching this broadcast, seeing this broadcast, you can then prepare yourself to know that, to be engaged beforehand, that when you come to this program, you will get to learn how to become the next best of you. We are going to be discussing not just why marriage is great or why marriage is good. We are also going to discuss your outward appearance, especially for black people. This program is going to diverge a lot into dress. Like you guys see me when I come into this program, I dress good, I look good. I dress good, I look good, my hair is well cut, my hair is well maintained. It's not because I like to look good, just like that, no. Image matters. The way you dress matters. No matter your age. The suit you wear, the dress you put on is a projection of your inner being. When people see you out there, they don't approach you because you are this color or that color. They approach you because of what you have on. When you dress, your dressing can simplify who you are or can complicate who you are. Just take it from me. Your dressing can simplify you or can complicate you. Image matters a lot in life. When you are accepted by certain people based on your image, watch the people that accept you. Look at what their image is, because people of like image accept you for your likely image to their image itself. Which means if your image is contrary to their image, guess what happened? They will not allow you into their fold. You can't go into a business, you can't go out of your house putting a shot, knowing fully well that you might come across people that when you talk, they will listen to you because of your outward appearance. You can get business opportunity because of how you dress. People can take you serious because of how you dress. People can see you as an unserious person because of how you dress. People don't poke your knowledge to know what you have here. They will first see what you dress with to then poke to see what you have here. Which means the way you appear will first project who you are. You can't wear jeans to everywhere. There are places you go to, you have to wear suit. Yes, you can't wear suit to a place where you know that you have to dress down for it. Not dress up, but dress down. You gotta wear tennis shoes, you gotta wear, comfortable, nice looking pants or jeans with a nice pull on top. Or a nice t-shirt with a nice watch, with a nice brace, whichever brace you like. I do have this traditional brace and this because when I dress like this, when I dress in Nigerian wear, I like to look good. When people see me outside there, even though I'm in America, they respect me because I didn't dress I didn't overkill in my dressing. I dressed just to perfection. I dress to be accepted. You cannot impose your acceptance to the society of people. No, you don't do that. You have to give people reason to accept you, and accepting you into the society is your image. When a man comes to find out if you're good for his daughter, the first thing he looks at is how do you dress? What do you have on? So many things get bypassed when you dress for the occasion. You have to dress for the occasion. You have to look good for the occasion. You have to look comfortable and nice for the occasion. That is why your outward appearance matters a lot. So these are things I'm going to be discussing. I'm going to be teaching. I have clothing line. Yes, I do have a clothing line. It's called ekenearoma.com. ekenearoma.com. So the clothing line is going to I'm going to very soon put up the website link for you guys to be able to see it. But it's mostly sold in the United States. So that clothing line, what I'll be doing is that in the near future, I'll be promoting that clothing line. It's very outward for people to see it and visit it, because right now I have very low amount of inventory in it, but in the next few months there will be a lot of inventory, from clothes to shoes to braces, and a lot will come to handbags. Most of these things will be for men, and also, but a lot will also be for women. Well, what I'm trying to do is basically to get you to understand that your outward appearance matters a lot. Sometimes I do see men, grown men, they just dress tattered. And I look at them, these guys, they have money. They can afford anything they want. But the level of their wealth is just very low. But to them, they think they are comfortable where they are. But they could have gotten much more higher if they have a projected nice outward appearance that can get them much more better business opportunity. You see what I'm saying? So that is why I'm going to be discussing outward appearance. I'm going to discuss image. I'm going to discuss weight, human body mass. I'm going to discuss all those things because health, outward appearance, good relationship, good business is what this broadcast is all about. So I would like to end right here, and I hope you guys listen to this broadcast and be prepared for what is yet to come. And thank you so much, guys, for listening. And as you watch this video, please like this video, because I got to tell you, YouTube will not send out my clips for other people to watch if there are no likes. So the more you like this video, the more you get other people to like this video, the more the video can come up there. I understand that some of us, we don't take somebody that we know serious because we're like, oh, this guy, no, don't worry about it. But I got to tell you, this broadcast right here will give you a lot to know. Will give a lot to you to understand. Will brighten your mind. Will brighten your understanding. But if you consume this content and you're not liking the program, that is just not good. I would say like the videos so that way other people will then get to view it, because the more you like a video, the more other people will get to view it, because when you like a video, YouTube push it out. So if you are watching me on Facebook, please go to my YouTube, the same thing, the same name, subscribe and like my video on YouTube, so that way this discussion, this broadcast can move forward. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. Thank you so much, and you guys have a good night. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. Have a good night. Bye-bye.